What is up, New World Defenders? It is Jerry here, and I'm going to be bringing you today a video explaining two things, one of which is why I believe black holes are universes in their own right, and why I believe that our universe is actually a black hole in its own right. So kick back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so before I begin and dive right into the theory, I have to explain, first of all, the number of black holes in the universe, and how scientists find out how many black holes are in our universe is they take a small point in the sky, they zoom into it with the Hubble Deep Field, look as far as they can, and they take a sample of all the galaxies in that picture, and then they multiply that across the entire night sky. So then what we come up with is there are 10 to the 11 or 100 billion estimated galaxies in the universe, and then we take a sample of how many black holes are in our galaxy, and that number is about 1 million to 1 billion, and that's not to scare anyone saying, oh no, there's black holes in our galaxy, oh my god. No. It is the closest black hole to us is light years away, and just to give you a perspective on how vast our galaxy is, just to eliminate any fear, it's about 100,000 light years across. So the chances of a black hole running into us is so minuscule, it's not even worth discussing anymore. So what we do is we multiply our two numbers, 1 million to 1 billion times 100 billion, and we come up with 10 to the 17 or 10 to the 20 black holes in our universe, which is quite a bit. So why is this important? Well, it tells us that for some reason nature is set up so that our universe is actually breeding black holes at a rapid rate, and I'm gonna dive into this a little more now. Okay, so a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole we go in our black hole extravaganza here. First of all, I have to explain two assumptions that we need to make in order to validate this theory that our universe is actually a black hole and all the black holes in our universe are actually universes themselves. Two assumptions. The first assumption is that our universe is a typical one in the collection, and the second assumption is that the basic laws of physics don't change radically from the mother universe to the child universe. And the basic laws of physics include speed of light, gravitational constant, electromagnetic force, and small force. And just to demonstrate why we can't change this in order to create perfect breeding grounds for black holes is to have a black hole you need stars. To have stars you need fusion between two atoms. To have fusion it requires atoms. And to have atoms you need a balance between the strong force and the electromagnetic force. Now I'm not going to go into explaining what those are, that's a little beyond the scope of this presentation. But just to give you an example of why we can't change these fundamental constants or laws of physics is, okay, so if you have 50% less strong force in the universe, and I encourage you guys to go and look this up on your own time, but if you had 50% less strong force, then you would have many less elements in the universe, and this is mainly the larger elements, uranium and so forth, maybe even gold and silver. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, it's a little beyond the scope of this presentation to go into the math behind it. But 25% less strong force, or not 25, 75% less strong force, and every single element in the universe except hydrogen would be gone. So then, what atoms would you have to fuse together to create black holes? You would just have hydrogen, and hydrogen isn't going to produce enough energy to actually give you a black hole. Now, on the opposite side of this is the the stronger strong force. If you were to increase the strong force in the atoms, then fusion would be burning so quick that you would produce reactions to an iron. I can't even read my own handwriting there, but pretty much the whole entire universe would be made of iron. Like, it would just be one solid rock, and like you'd be like, I can't move, man. Okay, so now that I've shown why I think our universe is perfect breeding grounds for black holes, I want to go into something that you all may be very familiar with, and it's called fractal geometry. And what the basic law of fractal geometry says. Hold on, let me adjust my camera here so you guys can get a better view of this. What fractal geometry says is that everything in the world is repeating infinitely. So here we have a basic sideways Y, and fractal geometry says that if you take from here to here, that this will actually be creating another Y, right? Like that, coming out like that. And these Y's will create their own Y's. And those Y's will create their own Y's, and so on and so forth, for infinity. And it kind of looks like the chart of chaos theory there, but to demonstrate why I think black holes. Okay, so sorry, I'm getting a little mixed up here, but say this is a universe, right? This point right here, that's a universe. This point, this line right here would represent a black hole. Okay, and that black hole actually is a universe in itself, and that universe has two black holes in it, which go to other universes, and so on and so forth, creating more and more universes. So the theory states that every black hole that's created in the universe creates another universe that is capable of producing the same amount of black holes or more, depending on how it mutates, how the universe itself may change its own fundamental laws of physics. So yeah, let's move on a little bit more. Okay, so really quickly, I have to explain that a black hole is a point in which light cannot escape. The material in the black hole is so dense that the speed of light is not a match for it. And something very similar to that is our universe itself. Our universe actually is moving faster than the speed of light. There is what we call the observable universe, in that that is the amount of light that has reached us, and that's how we tell how big the universe is we look as far as we can, and we use redshift and blueshift, the Doppler effect, to determine the age of the universe, which turns out to be about 13.7 billion years. Now, we've noticed that the farthest we can actually see is only 13 billion years, which is kind of interesting that there's an extra 0.7 billion years that is unaccounted for, and that tells us that the universe is actually moving faster, which means to me that we are actually living within a black hole. Now, I'm really interested in hearing your guys' thoughts on this, but like from my perspective, humans and black holes are a lot alike in the sense that we both evolve. And when I say black holes, I also mean universes. I believe that universes evolve to create more and more of themselves as time goes by, in the same exponential way that humans have grown over the past hundreds and hundreds of years. So leave your responses in the description box below, and this subscribe button up here. I heard that if you click this, that you're going to win the lottery, but no guarantees.